I'm taking a look at the map over here. We are currently staying at the Comfort Hotel Santos, right? My mom just got back from breakfast, probably. That was her at the door over here. My dad's using the restroom. And I was looking, she got 2 more bananas from the breakfast over here. Oh, and I was looking at my phone to try to find some fishing spots around the area. As I told you guys, this family fishing trip is very chill, right? The main objective is really for me to hit some spots that I used to fish during my childhood, 14 to 16 years ago. But I gotta tell you, fishing with family does have its challenges. I'm not really complaining, but my mother has very specific needs. My father had a stroke 3 years ago, right? For those who are not familiar, for those who are new to the channel. So his mobility for the left side of his body is still very limited, right? He can't really walk on places that are very ragged or streets filled with holes. He can't walk on inclines that are very steep. So I really need to select fishing spots that are family friendly and have really good solid ground. That being said, there is a new platform over here in Santos that was actually built just a few years ago. It is actually right over there. You guys can't really see from the camera, but it's right around that house right over there. And it's called Do Pescador, right? Quite ironic actually, because that house right over there is a museum that is called Museu da Pesca, right? Meaning the fishing museum. I'm going to visit that tomorrow or the day after because it's going to be raining here. But anyways, we're going to go to that platform, o deck da pesca, né? Which translates to English as fisherman's deck. It is a very small platform, we already passed and fished over there a little bit. And we're going to spend the day down here checking if we will be able to catch some fish, right? The fishing around here, Baía de Santos, seems to be really, really tough though from shore. And from what I've seen for the past 2 days, staying down here at the Baixada Santista, nobody releases anything. I'm not saying that I'm pissed about this because this connects to the sea, right? But man, I've seen checker puffer, this Phoiroides testudinus, caught by people this size, man, and they take it back home to eat, right? Moharas, like I caught a flagfin mohara yesterday, the Eosinostomus melanopterus, right? It was about this big. If people catch that, take it back home to eat, right? All the catfish, different types of bagre, take it back home to eat, right? So I mean, rays, skates, everything. Nothing escapes the wrath of the Brazilian folk down here. So you guys can see the dilemma, right? When you keep over-harvesting and taking everything out of the bay, right? Baía de Santos, Santos Bay, obviously, the fishing is going to get tougher and tougher, especially when you don't give this fish a chance to reproduce every year during their spawning seasons too, right? Alright, anyways, I don't want to talk so much about conservation anymore in this video because this really depresses me, right? Brazil is such a beautiful place. Look at the view, right? Brazil is such a beautiful place, man. Beautiful city. Look at this, at the potential that this place has, right? But sadly, when it comes to conservation, the different government agencies down here, they just don't do enough, IBAMA tries to do a real good job, but alright, let me pack up my stuff over here. I'll see you guys at the platform. I'm not going to talk too much for the rest of the video anyways because I don't want to be speaking too much English out there with 2 GoPros on my camera, right? Still got to watch out for your surroundings, doesn't matter how safe it is out there. See you guys on the other side. So right now, this is like the morning, There's not a lot of people out here. When it comes the afternoon, man, this place is gonna get packed, you guys will see, Packed with people sightseeing, packed with people fishing, packed with all different of boats out there. It's gonna get quite crazy. We've been fishing over here for the last 2 days with my dad and my mom, and I gotta tell you, the fishing hasn't been so great over here at all. It is quite a challenge to even catch some fish on this pier. So we will see how it goes today. Putting some sunscreen on because we're going to be fishing pretty hard today, tomorrow, Tuesday. Definitely want to make sure that you protect your skin, yeah? All right, let me get the gear set up and let's get the fishing started. Opa, Albatross 510 aqui, ó. 4.75 para 1, 4.75 to 1 gear ratio. Friggin' Shimano died. No problem, man. Albatross does the job. Used to use this as a kid, as you guys saw in the previous video, right? I punched one rod out there with shrimp. My dad's got one out here with shrimp. This is what we're using. Let me show you real quick. But we're just using the shrimp that we bought in the market, right? Same thing that we usually do in the United States, in Florida, and things like that. Now it's just really waiting for the bite. I'll try to set up this one with the small hooks, try to get some little fish so we have some cut bait, right? And not just shrimp, some bait variety. Cast right over here by the piling. I've been casting right around here for the last 2 days, almost instant hit. There's almost always a school of the Coro grunt around here, and I really need one of those as bait. When I get a little Coro grunt, you know, so I have some cut bait. There we have it. We got our cut bait of the day. It is one of those Coro grunt. Again, as you guys can see. Okay, put it in the little bait bucket. Have cut bait now. Got it. TPF swim, son. Some type of jack. Yeah, probably a species that I have already, but a jack's a jack, you know what I'm saying? Free cut bait, that's what it is. Bro, is this a horse-eye jack? What the heck is this? Why do I feel like I'm suddenly in Florida again? All right, fellas, we got a little jack here in the jack-o-egg bucket. I'm not so sure what species of jack it is yet, but there may be a school of fish right around here. I'm gonna show you guys the photos later, okay? I've been casting the EPF swim here on this deck for 2 hours without a single bite, punching my stuff out there without a single bite too, and now I'm getting hits on the EPF swim. So look at that, we just got some kind of weird leather jacket style fish on the EPF swim that may be a new species for me. I kid you all not. Let's put it in the bucket. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the bite kind of died down out here. I've been casting these things, the EPF swim out there, no kidding, for 2 hours and soaking bait with this rod. My dad caught an Irish Mohara, you know, same one that we usually catch when I go down to Florida. That's for you to see. I keep joking that this looks like a bad version of Florida down here in Santos, São Paulo, right? Because this right here, my friends, for me, to me at least, it looks like a horse-eye jack. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I may be wrong, but I'm gonna save that one as bait, obviously. The other one is a tiny small leather jacket style fish. Now there are a few species over here that are kind of endemic to this area, right? So I'm not so sure on this species in particular. I saved the sample, right? And as with any leather jacket, you have to be very careful with the spines over here, right? Very beautiful yellow tail. Kind of looks like the ones that I catch in the United States, but you know, I sent all the photos to my friend Felipe Santos, right? He's the one helping me identify the species for the strip. So hey, while we wait for responses on Instagram, let's just keep soaking bait, do the EPF swim, and hopefully by the end of this video, my dad and my mom will have caught some fish here at the deck Do Pescador, yeah? Where you only see people, you don't really see fish. This is just unbelievable, isn't it? I was getting some nice hits on the EPF swim right in front over here while the current was still here. Now the current stopped. We are at slack tide, and I kid you not, everything just died down. I'm gonna switch the EPF swim now on the ultralight to the pieces of shrimp again. Just cast out there and pray to God that we're going to have some action before lunch. I gotta tell you all, this deck Do Pescador is pretty intense. So intense that I decided to change to a size 18 hook with just a heavy sinker. I'm gonna punch the rocks right over there. As you guys can see, all that lineup of rocks right over there. That's what I'm gonna do, because sadly, whole day, my mom and my dad over here didn't catch a single fish. Anyone else the pier too, you know? One dude there at the back caught a mohara that I think was like an Irish mohara. It's been like super slow. We got maybe 30 minutes before heading to lunch, so hey, give it a shot, right? Yes, sir. I gotta tell you all, today is definitely one of those days. Catching Florida species after Florida species. Finally, I decided to go to the rocks over there, right? And try for a little bit with pieces of shrimp. Oh yeah, we landed some kind of weird goby over here. I certainly hope this doesn't turn out to be one of those Molly Miller variations or something like that, because I got that one already, right? But check that out, huh? Little goby right over here. I sent the photos to my friend Felipe already, so hopefully he's going to help me out in a little bit. Gonna leave this little fella in here. I just changed the water. It's been brutal, folks. It's been brutal out here. I mean, it's not just us, you know. It's everybody here on this pier. Nobody has caught anything. Lunch is about to come too. I'm gonna hit the rocks a little bit more, and I think we're going to call it a day. Calma aí, isso aqui é diferente, hein? Esse aqui, opa, calma aí, rapaz, calma. That's a different one. That's 100% a different one. Look at that, man. That's not a blaney either, is it? I don't know what it is, but that's different, man. Well, you know, you all got to give me a little bit of credit over here, right? I mean, I haven't really been down here in Santos or the state of São Paulo for over 14 years, right? Back in the days when I used to hit this area, this deck didn't even exist. You know what I'm saying? They built this deck, I think, just a few years ago. Family friendly, restroom, little restaurant right over there, right? Fishing, well, can't say that it is bad. There are definitely some fish out there, but it is definitely not as easy as I expected to be. We fished out here for more than a few hours, and like I said, my mom and my dad, they are getting skunked so far, right? It was just now at the end of the fishing session that I kind of realized, you know what, let me go to the rocks over there and punch the rocks. Maybe we're going to land some exotic species, right? And check it out, I just landed that little blaney that you guys saw in this video, right? Look at that, very active little blaney too. I have no idea what type of blaney this is. I sent the photos to my friend Felipe. It looks like to be one of those Labrisomus genus, right? But man, it is so colorful. Definitely not a hairy blaney. Masquerader doesn't look like. Probably a new species. That being said, as much as I would want to continue punching the rocks over there, it is already 2 in the afternoon, and this is a family fishing trip, right? My mom's hungry, my dad's hungry, both of them are pretty tired, so we have to go back to the hotel, get some food. The good news is that I'm going to be down here at the Baixada Santista, right, for a few more days. So I will be back at this particular spot. I will punch those rocks again and maybe even fish some other spots along the wall, right? Well, the bad news is that my mom and my dad, they didn't catch any fish, and this is a family trip, so I want them to catch some fish too, right? Well, is it going to happen? I guess stay tuned and you folks will find out. As always, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you guys are enjoying this São Paulo series so far, right? It is all very nostalgic for me, but the live listing though hasn't been that great. All right, enough talking. It is time to go. See you all next time. Tie lines and take it easy.